are white people. Every other group, Nigerians built America. Ancestry. And just to be clear here, and I've been very clear on this many times, but the opposite is true. The opposite is true. This is a country that was predominantly built by white people of European descent. It's a historical fact. It doesn't matter if you don't like it. It doesn't matter if it hurts your feelings to hear it. It doesn't matter if it makes your tummy hurt. It's just historical reality. There are other countries in the world you can go, and in those countries, you wouldn't give white people any credit. But this country is different. Okay? And, well, in fact, you would, a lot of other countries, a lot of the good things in those countries, you do give white people credit because of colonization, which introduced technology that they wouldn't otherwise have. But, that's a separate conversation.
We must all work together to survive. Tell us what must be done. Sham and I have unfinished business. You will need to stabilize the ether reactors.
Sergei, you deserve to know. Nexus was obliterated in the Dark Ether. There was never any chance of saving her.
She was a warrior, a soldier. She understood the risks. You are not her.
But I feel what she felt. She treasured you, and so do I.
Fascinating. Perhaps some streak of humanity does indeed lurk.
And hopefully list 50 greatest Americans.
Right between the goofy eyes.
50 greatest. If I'm wrong, that might and it would seem to me that if
double points.
50 Americans is reasonably hard. Greatest on that list, at least 26 of them.
Name's John Blanchard. I need eyes on Dr. Panos. While he's on the loose, Director Richtofen is in grave danger. Really? You promise?
Reasonably hard belong on the list of 50 greatest.
Extract.
More influential white people had to leave off the list. So we can see that, like, you put Oprah Winfrey on the list, citizenism, or something like that. Go ahead. And if you were to expand the list to be the top figures in the history of the Americas, really wouldn't bother. Including colonial and pre-colonial periods in the world generally. That's the if we're expanding it, that's then I think the list of the top 50 would be very good. And you know, anyone did so they say, no, listen, here's a list. Here's 26 people. Like,
Insta-kill.
Armor plate spotted.
Tear them to pieces. Max ammo.
Anywhere else is a miss.
Kaboom!
So here's a TikTok video that's called explain what you can do if ice ever beats.
I'm really afraid to leave it bad enough. But being a mom in America, I had to stop walking for this. I often think that if it gets to the point of knocking on doors, if it comes down to me taking out myself and my kids, taken apart this is not the life I wanted. But that is a very dark thought that I've had. It's easier out than for my children to be taken and harmed by these people.
Okay, so this woman has approximately 8 billion facial hairs. Says that if she hears parts of her face that I didn't even know. I think if here's anything from your body, I suppose, but you're not going to end up piercing or something. But anyway,
This is the 5 map?
she said that she her kids. I even know her source. If ice ever comes. In America,
Max armor.
there is, however, no reason we can't be funding
They never learn. Quantity over quality every day of the week.
Insta-kill.
What was that?
They're saying they're going to capture it. Maybe I think it stands for kidnap. I don't know.
Recap is for the week!
Yes.
Max ammo.
Grenade out!
Double points.
They're also performing and fair, and they're motivated most and desperately. And this will be threat to annihilate the family.
Turn them to pieces.
I guess we can say something here is that in most cases, that's what it's
I'm hit. That shuffler just got lucky.
Max ammo.
Let me know when you're done stealing those nerds' lunch money.
If you show up looking like that, you should and you should be stripped of. You should be
Primed and ready to pop some quarter gunners.
Determine the direction of the country. Let me ask you, if someone looking like that sat down in the captain's chair of the plane that it's about to take off, would you ever in a million years stay on that plane? Would you ever in a million years stay on the plane if, as you're boarding, you glance into the cockpit and you see that individual sitting there? You see the guy from Hellraiser sitting there. Would you do anything but just immediately turn around? Well, I guess I'm not. Wherever I'm going, I guess I'm not going. Never mind. Sorry, not coming home for Christmas. No. So we never would, and yet we're going to let that person help steer the plane of the whole country? That doesn't make any sense to me. Looking good shouldn't feel like a chore, which is why our sponsor, Mizzen and Main, revolutionized menswear over a decade ago when they invented the performance fabric dress shirt. It's only gotten better since then. These aren't your grandfather's stiff, sweaty button-downs that need babysitting at the dry cleaner. We're talking stretchy, lightweight, moisture-wicking, wrinkle-resistant shirts and pants that toss in the washing machine and wear straight out of the dryer. When you're stuck in back-to-back meetings, traveling for work, or sneaking in 9 holes, you'll actually feel comfortable while looking like you have your life together. Plus, Mizzen Main is veteran-led and has year-round military discounts and donations to veteran organizations, so you can feel good about wearing funny stuff. It's kind of timeless style that
Well, kiss my grits. We've finally made it to the armpit of Appalachia.
All that matters is that you are alive.
this is exactly what I swear by Mr. Main. They want to look good without the hassle. Last thing I need are clothes that require of effort. My days are already packed. I have an allergy to ironing for some reason. I just refuse to do it. But with Mizzen and Main, I can go throughout my day without attracting every wrinkle on the planet, and I can just throw it on without having to iron anything. Right now, Mizzen and Main is offering our listeners 20% off your first purchase at mizzenandmain.com. Promo code Walsh20. That's Mizzen, spelled M-I-Z-Z-E-N, and Main, M-A-I-N.com. Promo code Walsh20. 20% off mizzenandmain.com. Promo code Walsh20. And if you'd rather shop in person, you find Mizzen and Main stores in select states.
If you're doing a challenge, whatnot works. How many plates you can buy for $100? We're going to start off by at Monarch Rig, and look at that.
Let's see. All right. So I wasn't sure if I would comment on this, and normally it's the kind of thing that I don't comment on, but I do feel compelled to say a few things. So over on X right now, there's a new episode of a right-wing influencer soap opera happening. There's a new episode of Days of Our Lives, the right-wing influencer edition. And I'm not going to get into all the embarrassing details. You can go find out about it yourself. It's all over the place. Just the brief overview so you understand what is precipitating what I'm about to say. As the story goes, allegedly, Elijah Schaefer, who's a conservative podcaster and commentator, influencer guy, is now headed for a divorce, and it was revealed that allegedly he had an affair with a woman named Sarah Stock, who's a conservative influencer, sort of recent, new to this.
What?
Kind of recent, and was herself in a relationship with a man that she eventually married, but before she married and was in a relationship with a guy, this tryst was going on. And I don't know what's true or what isn't. I can't confirm anything, obviously. There are text messages, audio recordings, which were posted by Milo Yiannopoulos. I don't know how he got them. And there are stories of alcohol, drugs on the part of Schaefer, other lurid details, affairs happening in CPAC, which part of the story you hear often with these soap operas of like conservative conferences turning into drug-fueled orgies and all that. So all that stuff is out there. It's all going viral. I'm not doing anything that isn't plastered everywhere already. And I have nothing to say about the specifics because I don't know anything. I don't know these people. I've met Elijah a few times. I think we did Tim Pool's show together 1 or 2 times. Sarah Stock got mentioned on the show once or twice. She was in the clip of the Surrounded episode where I think she did a good job. And but never met her. Or apparently she worked with Elijah before him as her boss at this conservative media company called The Rift. It's all very sad. I feel bad for the families. I feel bad about the whole thing. I take no pleasure in it. I can't imagine how you would. I'm certainly not here to blow the gossip. Pray for everybody involved. I hope all the damaged lives can be repaired. I just feel compelled to say a few things in the way of advice or words of caution. And really, it's just this. Because anytime I see a married man whose life comes crumbling down because he was off having things and partying and doing all that kind of stuff, which, let's be honest, is pretty common. I mean, it's pretty common in general. It's pretty common in the business, in my business. There's a lot of that going on. And a lot of it does happen at conservative conferences like CPAC and all those kinds of events. That's why I don't have a lot of friends in this business. I have a small group of people that I would consider friends, who I know and work with and trust. A larger group of acquaintances who I, would sometimes call friends in a sense, but I work with, but I don't, or I've worked with, I'm friendly with, I don't really hang out with them. And for everyone else, I don't know these people. I don't talk to them. I don't go to the events.
Where were these when I was a recruit?
If I do go, it's just to give a speech and leave. Never go to the after parties.
Well,
I've been to CPAC a couple of times. We were there last year. We did a podcast from the stage. Going to like an after party. The rare occasion that I do go to like a concerted function, usually if there's a party or a cocktail hour or whatever, and I always want to avoid those, but sometimes, especially when I'm speaking, they'll say, well, we have this cocktail hour in an hour, and it's, would you want to go to that? My answer is, can you just stab me to death instead? Can you just stab me? How about that? You want me to go to your cocktail hour? How about instead you just stab me in the face to death? Can we do that instead? That's my counter.
Max ammo.
But sometimes you gotta go. It's all part of the thing. So I prefer to bring my wife.
Where were these when I was a recruit?
Anyway, all that to say, these kinds of scandals are not uncommon in society in general, and in the media business especially. So here's what I want to say to the men out there. This applies to women too. There was a woman involved in this story, allegedly. But I'm a man, and so I want to talk to the men. As a man, if you want to be happy, you should do this. As far as I can tell, there are 3 things that you should have if you want to be happy. And it's really only 3 things. It's actually pretty simple. That's a good one. First of all, you need to have a goal. You know, man cannot be happy without having some sense of ultimate purpose. What's it all for? What's it all mean? The answer can't be nothing. There's no happiness. Second, you need a family, a wife and children who you love and who love you. And third, you need a profession. You need a vocation that is important to you. And I say important to you because that's what I mean. You don't need other people to think that's important. Everyone has different jobs, different vocations, and you might do something for a living that other people look at and they don't think it's that important, or they don't see why you care about it that much. It doesn't matter. You have to think that what you go out and do every day matters. It doesn't really matter if other people find it important. You have to find it important. If you don't do anything, right, if you aren't pursuing any goal, if you have no vocation, if you have no profession as a man, that is a recipe for misery. That's just pure misery.
Every breakfast tells a story. It all starts with how the ends up. Different children.
And if you do something every day that you don't think matters, that doesn't even matter to you, that isn't even important to you, then that is also misery. Either one of those things is misery.
It's the kid.
So if you have a faith, if you have a family, if you have a job, a vocation that matters to you, then you have everything. Like you have all of the ingredients for a happy life. All of the ingredients you could ever need. You don't need any other ingredients. Now the goal is to grow in each of those categories. It's not over. But you have a loving family, you have faith, you have a profession, you have a job, you care about your vocation. Well, now, grow. Grow in faith, grow in your love and devotion to your family, grow in your career, profession, whatever it is. And that's all for And then don't forget, sorry to be kind of your goal as a man should be to have those things: faith, family, a job that matters to you. And you have all that. So the men who have all that, they have it all. Clearly, it's like you have it all. And women do this too. There are plenty of cases where women have a happy, loving family, loving spouse, loyalty, and they go and they ruin it. They ruin it. For nothing. Like, for nothing at all. What do you get out of this? You go and have an affair or something. It's like, it's guaranteed misery. It's guaranteed. You're ruining your life. You're going to regret this forever. You're not going to be happy. You're ruining everything. Why? So I'm not putting it all on men, but I'm talking about men right now. I think that's more credible than for a happy life for men because I am one. But here's the thing. If you're a man and you have a family, because all that seems obvious enough, although it can't be said enough. If you're a man and you have a family and you have a job, but you crave more excitement, you want more action, you want more excitement, you want more of a challenge, you want more to do. That's fine. That's good. You should feel that. I feel that. So go and find that excitement, find that risk-taking in your pursuits, in your profession, in your vocation, whatever that looks like. Don't be reckless, don't be stupid, especially if you have a family, if you have kids. But, men do crave excitement. And what I'm saying is that you should harness that energy into your pursuits. I'm not saying that you get married and have kids and all that, and you become this, domesticated eunuch who has no other goals and ambitions and has no desire to, get out there in the world and do something. I'm not saying that at all. You don't want to become that. But you harness that. Every man needs a mountain to climb. We all need that. So I'm not saying that a man should have his family and his job and just be content to coast and glide for the rest of his days. No, you need a mountain. You need a challenge. So find that in your profession. Find that in your career. Maybe a hobby too, or something like that. That can also be an outlet for that kind of masculine drive to challenge yourself, to find excitement. And, for me, I do what I do every day. It's important to me. Other people sometimes will look at what I do? I use one. It's frivolous. And that's fine. I think it's important. I care. And the thing that really excites me in my specific career is making movies. So over the past 5 years, I've discovered for myself a new challenge, something that I find very exciting, very difficult, extremely rewarding, and that's where I harness most of my sort of risk. This is the person on stick who knows the titanium.
Taking C. Moving in. Losing A. Domination. Pacify the AO, kill team. We lost A. Taking A. We're losing Charlie.
It's actually ignoring to get those cameras.
Locking down.
People don't use score streaks that often when you think about it.
We lost Charlie. Heads up. That's a river. B secured. Losing B.
The aerial ones.
Taking B. Down Charlie. We're losing Alpha. Zone C secure.
Target confirmed.
Daily requesting care package to
cover me. Taking the objective.
We've lost Alpha.
Enemy throwing stun.
Taking Bravo underway.
Enemies have destroyed your assault pack.
Bravo zone secure. Losing Bravo.
RCXD ready.
Taking Alpha.
RCXD active.
Securing Zone A. We lost B. They're taking C. All zones lost.
Enemies have destroyed your RCXD.
Securing C. All zones are being locked down.
Assault pack going out. Capturing the objective. Not full in my sights.
RCXD available.
We control Zone C. Securing A.
Give me eyes in the sky.
UAV established overhead.
RCXD
We
moving.
lost A. We lost all zones.
UAV mission.
Oh, dang, you're leaving beyond the cover.
Taking C.
Objective's vulnerable. Let's make it ours.
Charlie secured.
Mission timeline is RTB.
RCXD ready.
Driving RCXD.
Hostile destroyed one of your assault tanks.
TACOM.
RCXD
Requesting
has been
recon
destroyed.
overhead.
UAV commencing surveillance operation.
Single shooter. Hostile down.
UAV MTL 50%. Check.
Securing B.
LVR awaiting
Crimson
targeting
1
data.
taking the objective.
Securing Alpha. Locking down
Heads
Bravo.
up, frag.
Zone Alpha captured.
Priority catching request received. UAV exiting your grid.
You're being outplayed, Crimson 1. Step it up.
Shot out. TOF 5 seconds.
We've lost Alpha.
Capturing the
B.
objective.
We're losing Charlie. B locked down.
BDA negative. No target.
We're locking C. Underwhelming effort, Crimson.
We got our ass kicked. This one's all theirs.
These fries just became a business idea. Watch this. Crispy potato pizzas on a stick. Mix the comfort of loaded fries with the ease of a grab-and-go snack. Simple to prep, easy to scale, and built for viral content. This street food concept has real profit potential. These fries just became a business idea. Watch this. Potato pizzas on a stick. Mix the comfort of loaded fries with the ease of a grab-and-go snack. Simple to prep, easy to scale, and built for viral content. This street food concept has real profit potential.
Well, I believe that God says there's nothing wrong with abortion, killing a baby, but before 12 weeks in the world.